Eco d20 Queen's Gambit accepted. 1. d4 d5. The game begins with the Queen's Gambit, a classic opening. Black accepts the Gambit pawn with dx-c4, leading to the Queen's Gambit accepted variation. 2. c4 dx-c4. Black immediately captures the pawn, opting for active play and open lines rather than defending their center. 3. nc3 b5. Black reinforces the cc4 pawn with b5, a sharp and aggressive choice. This can create weaknesses if white manages to attack the queenside. 4. nx b5 b6. White takes the b5 pawn, but black counters by developing their light-squared bishop to an active post, attacking the c4 pawn and indirectly eyeing white's queenside. 5. q04 c6. White develops the queen early, threatening nc7+, but black defends with c6, supporting the b5 pawn and attacking the knight. 6. n3 qs d4. Black captures the d4 pawn, gaining material while centralizing the queen. This move is risky because it allows white to develop with tempo. 7. nf3 qd8. White attacks the queen with tempo, and black retreats to d8 to avoid further threats. 8. bf4 bb7. White develops their bishop, targeting the weak c7 square. Black responds by fianchettoing the light-squared bishop, aiming to counterattack on the long diagonal. Nar d1 nd7. White places their rook on the open d-file, preparing to contest the center. Black develops the knight, aiming to consolidate. 10. ne4 nef6. White centralizes the knight with a strong outpost on e4. Black develops the other knight, preparing to challenge white's control of the center. 11. nc5 qc8. White targets the weak b7 square and forces the queen to move again. Black shifts the queen to c8, defending b7. 12. nx b7 qx b7. White exchanges the knight for the b7 pawn, leaving black with a doubled pawn and opening the a-file. 13. e4 nx e4. White pushes e4 to control the center and open lines. Black captures the pawn, trading material for activity. 14. bx c4 nd6. White develops the bishop actively on c4, and black counters by placing the knight on d6, attacking white's pieces. ba6 qc7. White activates the bishop to target c7, but black defends solidly with qc7. 16. bd2 nb6. White retreats the bishop, preparing to reposition. Black develops the knight to b6, controlling c4 and d5. 17. qc2 rd8. White develops the queen, creating threats along the c-file. Black places the rook on the d-file to increase central control. 18. a5 nb7. White places the bishop on a5 to attack c7, but black defends resourcefully. 19. rxd8 plus nxd8. White exchanges rooks on d8, simplifying the position. Black recaptures with the knight, maintaining material equality. 20. bb5 e6. White develops the bishop to an active square. Black prepares to activate their pieces with e6. 21. nd4 qe5 plus. White centralizes the knight, but black seizes the initiative with a check. 22. ne2 qs b5 blocks the check but loses the b5 bishop. Black is now ahead in material. 23. bc3 bb4. White develops the bishop, but black counters by attacking white's weak pawns and dominating the board. 24. nd4 bxc3 plus. White places the knight on d4, but black captures on c3, forcing simplifications. 25. qxc3 qe5. Black continues the initiative with checks, keeping white's pieces tied down. 26. ne2 qx3 plus. Black exchanges queens, transitioning to a favorable endgame with better pawn structure. 27. nxc300. Black castles, connecting rooks and ensuring king safety. 28. nc4. White castles, but struggles to find active play. Black centralizes the knight on c4, dominating the position. 29. b3 ne5. White attempts to activate pawns, but black reroutes the knight to attack weaknesses. 30. rc1 nb7. White places the rook on an open file, but black's knight heads to more active squares. 31. e4 rdh. Black places the rook on the d-file, increasing pressure. 32. f4 ng4. White pushes f4, but black's knight moves to a dominant position. 33. h3 f6. White tries to dislodge the knight, but black calmly retreats, maintaining control. 34. ng3 c5. Black pushes the c-pawn, creating a passed pawn. 35. a4 a5. Both sides push pawns, but black's position remains superior. 36. kf2 h6. Black solidifies their kingside. 37. kf3 rd3 Black's rook infiltrates with a decisive check. 30. hq3. Black wins another pawn, consolidating their advantage. 39. f5 exf5, white attempts counterplay, but black captures the pawn. 40 nxf5 rb4, black doubles down on activity, attacking the kingside. 41. ne7 plus kf checks, but black calmly steps aside. 42. nc8 rxa4. Black's rook dominates, capturing pawns on the queenside. 43. rb1 rb4. Black simplifies and forces white to resign due to the overwhelming material disadvantage. Result, r1 Atashko 100 wins by resignation. Black demonstrated superior endgame technique, converting their material advantage into a decisive win.